But I'm speaking about me because I'm getting dragged. People actually believe that I was with him. It's like, honey, come on. Every man that I've ever been with, you've known about him because either the Inquirer wrote it about it. Your people wrote about this stuff. So no, I never had this, and no, I didn't get on the plane because you know what I would have to do to get on the plane? Fly. They were trying to,
and she doesn't fly.
No, so they're trying to get me. Babe. They're trying to get me to get on a plane to get to this thing for Julian Lennon.
Let's go to the other end of the law enforcement scale and talk about the Epstein files. The Attorney General, Pam Bondi's been before Congress. She says that everything that's going to be released has been released. There are 300 politicians and prominent people named in the files. But the President, in the last few hours, has had his say again on the Epstein files.
I have nothing to hide. I've been exonerated. I have nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. They went in hoping that they'd find it and found just the opposite. I've been totally exonerated.
Totally exonerated. It has worked out pretty well for him, despite the expectations of the political left over the past couple of years, Kristen.
Yeah, that's true. However, I would say this new list that was released has kind of infuriated both sides of the political aisle, just because people are really upset that there were so many millions of emails that were redacted. And also the way Pam Bondi did it kind of muddied the water on who was a predator and who was simply mentioned in an email. There were 300 or so people that were included in her letter, as you mentioned, really famous people. And you had people like, the songwriter Janis Joplin mentioned as one of the 300 people. Janis Joplin died when Jeffrey Epstein was 17 years old. And then you have her in there with people like Lex Wexner, who was a seriously questionable guy involved in what seems like a lot of bad stuff. So all these names were kind of jumbled together. You had even like Marjorie Taylor Greene mentioned as a name on this list. And yet the actual documents that, included her name to give us context were redacted. So people would like a little more transparency, but it's a good step in the right direction. And it does seem so far that Trump has been exonerated. So that's great.
Well, one person who certainly hasn't been exonerated is the former Prince Andrew Mountbatten, Windsor. It's getting a lot of attention. Some new photos have been brought to light here. We can show of the Prince when he was working for British taxpayers, effectively, hanging around with various women who are unnamed. Is this getting a lot of attention in the US, or are they focusing more on the politicians?
Oh, no, it's getting quite a bit of attention. And I think this could take down the entire royal family. I mean, anti monarchy sentiment is at highs right now in Britain. I saw a poll that only like 51% of people there say it's very important to have a monarchy. That is down significantly from 86% in the 1980s. So this is very bad news for the royal family in America. Of course, the Americans are very interested in this as well. It is just such a far-reaching scandal that seems like it touches every part of the globe, and people are fascinated by it. But we do need more transparency, I think.